Nimezoea kufanya na watu, sasa kufanya peke yangu naona ikiwa ngumu. Nimezoea kuuliza mtu swali, yani tuna exchange. Sijui iko aje. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. It's me again, Kush here. It's been a while since we did this, and I'm glad that we are able to be back on your screens again. This is 2023, Kikao Connect. We are back. We're back with the best of the content, and we want to keep you informed. So let's connect. Let's do this. Thank you very much. So it's been a while now. It's been a while since we were here to have a candid discussion about what's going on within us and without us at the same time. It is unfortunate today I'm by myself. My guest, I was not able to get my guest in time, but I said we still have to connect. And today we have different topics that I would like to talk about, but one of the most important thing I just want to talk about is the just concluded December festivals and everything that was happening in December and the holidays. We had a lot of Kenyans and a lot of people who lives in the diaspora going back home. And what are the main challenges? What are some of the main things that people encountered? Nini hiyo? What was that? What was that people encountered when they went back home? Was home the same? What did they find things different? Is our countries moving forward? Is our systems working? What are the things apart from sherehe? Because I know sherehe was one of the main thing. Now to a diaspora coming back home and taking their spaces, as my friend likes saying, when the summer bunnies are in town, that is when you know you are in a relationship or not, because watu wa diaspora wanakujanga na dollars or wanakujanga kutesa. Those are some of the pertaining issues that we are going to talk about today and see if it really affects people or if it is really something that people look forward in coming back home and seeing how the things are working. Some of the pertaining issue that I wanted to talk about, zile vitu nilikuwa nataka kuambia wase, and I wanted to ask the people of diaspora. Diaspora, when you come back home, when you come back to Africa, what is the experience? What are the main things? What is the experience that you go through now that you have stayed abroad and then you come back home? What are some of those things? What are the things that you go through that you think maybe that need change or something? In terms of government system, do you come back home and get disappointed? Not necessarily by the politicians, because of course politicians are a big disappointment in most countries. Even I can tell by the fact that even in Canada, politicians can be very, very disappointing. But what about the system? When you come back, when you go back to your country, when you go back to Ghana, when you go back to Nigeria, or when you're in Africa, when you're in South Africa, or you're in Tanzania, or you're in Benin or Senegal, or in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, how does the system? Do you find the system disappointing as bad as the politicians, or there is a difference? Because talking from experience, I can say from what I've experienced back home in Kenya, I can tell you for a fact, I can see the changes in the system. The system are working. And probably maybe they're not working because of the politicians, but also politicians have a role to play in terms of policy making, because they're the ones who make the policies. But also there's the policy implementers, the technocrats that we have in the country. I can say for a fact, in Nairobi, I've seen things working. Things have been working. And even as our government is promising, like in the 6 months' time, everything will be done online. And something important about things being online is that they reduce the corruption, because corruption The corruption increases when you have a lot of human interaction, and that is one thing that has made most of our governments here to be corrupt because of human interaction. Yes, we definitely like human interaction, but now if when we go digital, if that is gonna make things and the corruption go down, then I think that it is an encouraging factor, and I think it is something very commendable. It started with the previous regime, and then the current regime is picking it up and going forward with it. I think that those are some of the benefits that I'm seeing when in this country, because at the moment, if I want to apply for a passport, I only need to meet someone when I'm dropping the papers, but the rest, everything, the application, I have to do it online. What are some of the things that you people as the people from the diaspora, when you come back home, what are some of those things that you find that are working well for you and also are working well for the locals, for the people who are in the country? The only big challenge that will face some of these things is because not everybody is conversant with the digital world and the computer. But again, that also creates an opportunity for people to come and train. And it is also a good opportunity for people who own those kind of services, because they help the mwananchi in terms of training and if people want to do application online. Those are some of the things that I've seen in terms of government and system. Those are some of the things ambazo zimework. When you come back home in terms of business, how do you find it? Do you find a conducive environment to do business? Is business doable? Is business achievable when you have an idea of starting a business? When you come back home, do you go back home and find you can be able to do business? Are people now having purchasing power? Do people have money? Watu wako na do kwa mfuko? Or people are still broke? And is there an idea that you have come up with and you have found partners? Because the other thing that is very important, one of the things that I've learned by coming back home, is there's a lot of businesses that you can do, and most of the businesses that you can make good money. There are businesses that you need to be there. Or if you're not there, you need to find somebody, or you need to find a partner that you can trust to leave that business, because those are the businesses that you need like a daily check and balances to do daily check and balances. It's not like a house. You see, there are some investments that you can do. You can come and buy a car and put it in a rental company. You let the rental company manage that for you, so they will only be sending you money, and then they take care of everything else. Those are that kind of business you can be able to do. Or you come back home, buy an apartment, and rent that apartment, because that one doesn't need like a daily management. You buy an apartment, you rent it, you go back to where you live, and then you let that be like a way of like your way of income. Other things that I have seen people doing nowadays, people have started doing a business of imports. Importing things and bringing things back home. And then you buy things where you live. Nowadays, anytime I walk in the country, I'm seeing people selling eggs. They're calling themselves if you'll find a shop that has ex UK product, ex American product, ex Italian product, ex Denmark product, ex Canada product. That is the other thing that I've seen people doing. But also that one also, the challenge with that one is you cannot be able to run that kind of business when the business of imports while you are seated, while you are in the country, because most of the time you spend most of your time back in your country of residence. But that's also something that I'm seeing. People are collecting stuff. You collect stuff, put a lot of stuff, saving things, and then after 6 months or after 4 months, you put things in a container and you send it back home. You follow the container. You come and maybe sell all those things in a wholesale and with a wholesale price where you don't have to manage those things each and every day. The other kind of businesses that I'm seeing people doing is there are people coming, getting apartments and renting apartments, putting Airbnb. That one you can be able to run while you're wherever you are, but also you need somebody to help you manage that in terms of cleaning and those kind of things, and checking if your clients have left a mess, or maybe they have left everything as it's supposed to be. That's also another kind of business that one can run. Apart from those kind of businesses, there's also all sorts of business that you can be able to do. But I'm telling you, for you to be able to run a successful business back home and you are not there, you need good partners. You need good partners because and I can tell you for a fact, I don't know how your family is, but I can tell you for a fact, don't open a business and employ somebody from your family. Watu wa familia watakuangusha vibaya sana, because hakuna mahali utawapeleka. If you're opening a business and you want to live with your relative to run that business, just forget about that business. Wewe jua tu hiyo biashara, you have opened that business and you have let it to be managed, not even to be managed by them, to be owned by them. Because if you put your energy in thinking that you own that business, I'm telling you, those relatives of yours are the ones ambao hao ndio watakudhigidha, hao ndio ambao watakufanya mambo yata wewe mwenyewe utakosa kuamini. So that is one thing I advocate for. I tell people in diaspora, if you are not there, kama hauko kwa ground, don't let your business with your relatives. Your relatives will mess you up. People are building houses. I see them leaving the houses and telling even their parents to build the house for them. Boys, my people, please don't do that. Just come, tafuta pesa. Wacha hii pesa nusu ya kujenga nyumba. Tafuta pesa, kuja, look for a contractor, get into a contract, go to a good lawyer, sign a contract, let the contractors build the house for you. That one you can be able to monitor it and you can be able to take them to court if anything goes wrong. But you telling your brother or telling your sister or even telling your mom or dad to build a house for you, my friend, you are in for a huge shock. Hiyo ndio sasa itafanya mpaka uwe in depression, because for them they don't care. They will just, we have had a lot of story of how people have done, how people send even photos. People even send photos for their neighbor's house. Ama mtu wewe unafikiri nyumba yako inajengwa Kamulu, mtu anaenda Kitengela anapiga picha ya nyumba inajengwa, wewe na wewe unajuanga tu madhangu amesimamia nyumba, ma relative wangu amesimamia nyumba, bro, utaumia. So that is something else that I also want. I can't go without mentioning that. Forget about that. Watu wenyu watakuumiza mbaya. Kama ni nyumba ni yenyu, jenga. But again, kila sana ni mambo ya kujenga nyumba. Pia watu hujichocha sana na mambo ya kujenga nyumba. Who told you ni lazima ujenge nyumba? You know building houses, kuna watu naonanga wanatafuta do, wanaenda wanajenga ushago. Wanaenda wanajenga ushago. Unajenga ushago na ushago yenyewe uendangi. Unajenga ushago ya nini? Unaenda una waste pesa yako kujenga do ushago. And then unajenga nyumba kubwa ushago, unaweza jenga hata nyumba ya 20 million ama nyumba hata ya 10 million. Hiyo 10 million na ukaangi ushago. Kwenye hakuna mtu anataka kukaa ushago, kila mtu ako Nairobi. And then umeweka 10 million. That is dead asset. That is dead asset. Hata hizi kusaidia. Hiyo nyumba pia uwezi uza. Juu hata labda umejenga kwa shamba yenyu na labda hata hiyo shamba mnapigania wewe na mabrother zako. So hiyo nyumba uwezi uza. That's dead asset. Wachana ushago ni place ya kulima. Ushago ni place ya kulima, na kana lazima jenga nyumba ya mabati. Between all of us, who goes up country and stay for more than a week? Very few of us stay up country more than a week. We go to shags maybe during Christmas or during burial, and nobody even want to spend a night there. You go and then you come back. But if you have people who want to stay there, don't waste your money by building a huge house in shags. No, forget about that. Take your money. If you're build in Nairobi. where you know you will spend the best part of your hii ujinga ingine ya kwenda kujenga manyumba kubwa ushago, achana nayo. And then most of the time we're building manyumba ushago just for peer pressure. Ati ule hajajenga, wewe umejenga, si shauri yako. Mimi do yangu nifanye nayo whatever that I want to do. Wacha nifanye hata ili nifungue biashara ya kuuza mtura na vichwa za ng'ombe badala kwenda kujenga ushago, na ushago yenyewe hata siendangi. So that is another big mistake that we do. We go, people in diaspora, you look for money with all the sweats, with all the hard working that you put in when in getting your dollars, and then you come here and spend on projects that don't even make sense. Forget about that. Save your money. If you're not good in investing, your money, enjoy your money. Do everything necessary to enjoy your money. Hata kama ni kusafiri. Whether you come back home and enjoy your money, but don't invest in a place that you know you're going to waste your money. And I'm telling you the truth. The worst people to invest with is your relatives. Those are the ones who will mess you up if you're doing a venture. The best thing is, if you can help them. I'm not telling you not to help them. Help them if you can, but don't come in the pretense of investing with your family members. They will screw you up. I understand the people in the diaspora. A lot of our families depend on us. A lot of our family depend on us, and that is also something else that when you're coming as a person from the diaspora, that is also something else you need to be careful about. You need to calculate very well when you're coming. If you're having a budget of yourself, if you're coming to stay, if you're going back maybe home for a month or 2 months, and you're budgeting, and you have a budget of about maybe $10,000, just know, in that $10,000, probably you will only spend $4,000 or $5,000. The rest is your family members. Because as soon as your family members and your relatives know that you have landed, that is when now they come up with all these business ideas and all those plans. And then don't forget, when you land like this, just know there is a line of like 10,000 people, there's a line of like 10 people daily or even 20 people daily ambao wanakuchorea vile watakamkukukona. Watakamkukunyorosha, watasema hiki kimekam kutoka majuu, hiki ni lazima tukinyoroshwe. So with them, they're waking up with the aim of coming to con you. And people will come with all sorts of cries. It's not either hospital bill, either school fees, either rent, either somebody is doing a wedding, either somebody has a burial. Some people even come and asking money for burial for someone that they haven't even seen for many years. But now because you are here, they want to travel up country. They want to travel the whole country because they know they have you will help them. All sorts of problems. Some of them are genuine, some of them are fake. But I'm telling you, on a daily basis, there is a number of more than 10 people waking up daily thinking of how they will come and con you. Wanataka tu kuchukua hiyo doe yako tu yani. Mtu tu anakaa, mtu anakuchorea, anasema ufala amekam. Ufala lazima nijue mimi ni nani. Ni lazima atake kukam kukukon. So imagine hiyo saa zingine unafika, sometimes you get back in the country and you don't even want your relative to see you. You don't even want some people to see you, because even your friends, some of your friends are also the same thing. Are also doing the same thing. Everybody is coming. That is the time. Now they have seen World Bank. They have seen African Development Bank. Now this is all their problem. The financial has come. You know. This guy lives in the diaspora. He lives with Elon Musk and Steve Jobs. You know, you see them all the time. You are the one who are hanging out with Denzel Washington. How are you telling me you don't have money to help me? So that is the other thing. That is the other problem that we face. When you will face when you come back, the dependent, family dependent and friends dependent. Everybody is depending on you. But again, sometimes even you, the people from the diaspora, when you go back home, you deserve to be treated that way. Because ile kiburi mnakuanga nayo mkifika Kenya, mkifika nchi yenu, kiburi inakuanga over the roof. So saa zingine pia nyinyi ni sawa tu mkitritiwa hivyo with your fake life in some of you living a fake life in wherever you are. going to showrooms and getting cars for a drive, or even rental cars, and you're all over social media trying to show people the way you achieve. When you go back home, people, you will face the consequences, because in Instagram, in social media, you are living a life pretending to be this one guy who lives the best life in abroad. And then when you come home, how are you going to be able to tell people that you're not that you're broke? So that's why I'm telling you, even your social life, even the life that you're living, the life that you're trying to portray on social media, just know that one will also cook you up when you go back to your country. So easy, humble yourself, and sometimes people will see your humbleness, so that when you try to live a truthful life, just try to live a truthful life. Don't try to pretend, because that is the other thing that we mess up when we go to the diaspora, coming back home, and people realizing that, oh my God, so whatever that you are doing. And sometimes, let me tell you the truth. Sometimes people will not know that the life that you're living on social media, it's a fake life. They won't know, because they're not with you all the time. Out of the whole year, you're only with them maybe for a month. So they will not be able to know whether you're living a fake life or a real life back there. But again, that is also something that also makes a lot of people be dependent, and the family and friends, all of you are looking to see how you're going to treat them. And that's why unapata uko na wasee wengi sana wako kwa line wanataka kukukon.